On November 21st, 2019, the PC gaming world was shook to its very foundations. The long-awaited return to the Half-Life universe is happening, with the announcement of Half Life Alyx. Here's everything we know so far. Before we dive in, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future content. I upload weekly. So, November 21st was a day of reckoning for Half-Life fans, as Valve announced the next iteration of the Half-Life series in the form of Half Life Alyx, with a slated release date of 2020. Before we go into the future, we need to investigate the past, 13 years into the past to be exact. In 2007, PC gamers were left with one of the most infamous cliffhangers in video game history, the ending of Half-Life 2 Episode 2. 13 years ago, we were left with this. Gordon and Alyx are preparing to leave to search for Dr. Judith Mossman. Then advisors attack the hangar that they and Eli, Alyx's father, are in. And we're left with this.
Listen to me. Destroy that ship. Whatever it takes. Destroy it.
Don't! Dad, look out! No! Dad! Dad! God damn it, let go of him! Oh my God!
I love you, sweetheart. Close your eyes, honey.
I love you, Dad!
Don't look.
No! Oh my God! No! No! Gordon! No! Dad, please. Dad. Oh my God. No.
Then the credits roll, and with that heart-wrenching ending so many years ago, we have been waiting to find out what has become of Gordon and Alyx. Enter November 21st, 2019. Finally, we have Valve's next installment to the series, but this is not just a sequel. This story takes place in between Half-Life and Half-Life 2, when Alyx Vance and her father Eli are building up the resistance to the Combine's alien occupation of Earth. And this is strictly a VR experience. And if it worries you that this will be some short demo-esque game, let's put some of those fears aside. David Sperrier, software developer and designer who has worked at Valve since 1999, and sorry if I murdered his name, stated that it's not a side story nor an episodic one. It's the next part of the Half-Life story, in a game around the same length as Half-Life 2. David also suggests you play Half-Life 2 Episode 2 before you play Half-Life Alyx, for reasons that will become clear as you progress. Given that the game takes place in between Half-Life and Half-Life 2, it does make me wonder if some sort of time dilation will be used in the telling of the story. Valve isn't a stranger to time manipulation.
That time again. It seems as if you only just arrived. You've done a great deal in a small time span. You've done so well, in fact, that I've received some interesting offers for your services. Ordinarily, I wouldn't contemplate them, but these are extraordinary times. Rather than offer you the illusion of free choice, I will take the liberty of choosing for you, if and when your time comes round again.
Maybe this is what VR needs to get the ball rolling for the adoption of virtual reality. It's one of the sentiments I discussed in my Vader Immortal series review, and I'll put a card at the top of the screen if you're interested in seeing it, and I'll also put it at the end of the video. But basically, we really do need AAA titles for virtual reality to really catch on. There are too many VR experiences, and not enough big budget, all-encompassing games. But back to Half-Life Alyx. Valve has also stated, you don't need to purchase Valve's own VR system, the Valve Index. The company said it will also work with HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, the Oculus Quest with the new link cable, and even Windows mixed reality headsets. But the Valve Index will have a few advantages. Due to its controllers, things like crushing cans in your hand and using certain gestures if you see fit, things you just can't do with other systems' controllers. In Alyx, you'll be able to play sitting or standing with 3 different movement mechanics to choose from: the classic teleport, analog stick movement, or a shift mechanic. The first 2 should be familiar to VR players, the last not so much, but it sounds interesting. The game is being built on Valve's own Source 2 engine, and they are also providing a set of modding tools so anyone can build and create their own levels. The company also stated that Hammer, Valve's own level authoring tool, has been updated with all the game's virtual reality gameplay tools and components. And now we come down to system specs. You will need a decent system to play Half Life Alyx. The minimum system requirements recommend a Core i5-7500 or a Ryzen 1600 or better. It also needs to be paired with a GTX 1060 or an RX 580 or better, and you will need at least 12 GB of RAM. The game is available for pre-order for $53.99 on Steam or free to Valve Index owners. And as I stated earlier, it releases in March of 2020. Plus there are a few extra bonuses to those who purchase Valve Index before the end of the year. It has also been stated that if the reaction to Half Life Alyx is good and the game does well, Valve would love to continue pushing the story forward. But right now, that's all we know. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future content. I upload weekly. Until next time, you all have a good one.